One sec. Literally started and immediately had to adjust the microphone because I put it too low. Anyway, time for just a bit of a relaxed session today. Because, you know, you can end up with a backlog of new stuff you want to cover. Because you have access to things that are giving you codes and things like that. Now my left eye is fucking with me. This is really just gonna be the most scuffed start I ever could have on a chill day, huh? Anyway. This is Monsters Are Coming, Rock and Road. It came out, I think, literally day before yesterday, maybe yesterday? Yesterday. I had to double check. Neat little thing. Played one run of it. That little guy you see running into the logs there is our hero character. Don't worry about the fact that he's being a little dumb in the demonstration here. Don't you worry about that. It'll be okay. We will be better than him. But this little town, or I guess little castle at the moment here, is going to be the main thing we need to keep alive. We'll be defending that with our little heroes' lives. I was going to say life and correct myself, but you do actually get additional heroes if the first one dies. Learned that during my test run. More or less, this is just another, like, roguelike. It kind of is a tower defense game. It kind of isn't. It kind of falls in a weird space between bullet heaven and tower defense. And you'll understand why I say that as we go along. Well, that's enough introduction. Let's get to gameplay. We only have the belfry at the moment. You can unlock the mirror city by reaching the arc, and then the rest of these are locked. I don't know if it's locked because they're not available, or if that's just like, you don't need to know how to get these yet, type locked. We've only got this road here, the Road of Elderwood. There is the Road of Ice, but you gotta reach the arc on the Road of Elderwood first. And then there's two locked ones over there. Obviously, you know, gotta reach the arc to raise difficulty as well. I'm assuming the arc is like the end of a run. My first run ended in failure, which is not really a shock. These things tend to happen. But as you can see, our town here just moves along on its own. And our goal is to harvest things, kill monsters, and just grab whatever we can get our grubby hands on along the way as our city moves. And it will be a city. We'll go ahead and raise our Lumberach's attack speed. Bring stone back to the town hall, it'll heal damage. You bring wood back, as you see up there, it will raise our tower's attack speed. We can also fight the monsters ourselves fairly competently early on. You want these little experience gems, because every level you get allows you to add an additional attachment to your little town here. So arguably there's an element of city building here too, but it's not really like city building because you're not dealing with the citizenry or anything like that. It just is a resource management element, because you can have things that produce stone, things that work based on wood, and all of that. And it does describe it as a city, as you can see here, is why my brain keeps calling it a city. We'll go ahead and put the fire dragon out the back here to protect the back of the city. Enemies can come from all directions, so you do want to account for that. The fire dragon and the town's default bow should be able to hold for a moment, so I'm gonna just grab a bunch of wood, as you see there. Now, if you double up on tower, you'll notice it upgrades. Business as usual for tower defense games of this age. You can also get things like the supporting crowd. The more of these that are together, the more your hero's damage will increase. This is why I kind of file that bit of city building in there, because it's... I guess you could also call it pseudo-puzzle as well. We can obviously re-roll using our coins up here. The coins are used for other things too, though, so don't go just spending them willy-nilly, necessarily. I'm actually going to grab a forest. And you can place them anywhere on this grid. I believe you can actually even place them away from the town, but I don't like that idea. The gray space you see there is... Well, the gray space on the vertical, I know, is your clearance for getting past things as you're going vertically. I don't actually know why there's the horizontal gray space there. That might be valid buildable areas, might be what it's actually trying to tell you. We'll go and plonk a forest there, though. His auto-generating wood means we're guaranteeing our attack speed will just gradually increase on its own. Obviously, though, we want to grab as much wood as we can and get that attack speed up. And it's a nice, easy-to-grab resource, so, you know, why not? You can only carry so much behind you at once, so you do need to run it over periodically. Adjacent towers do 50% more damage. That would be really nice. Yeah, I was hoping to get that earlier and place it here. I could replace it, but then we'd have no weapon. So I guess we'll just have it canted off to one side, and that'll be okay. I don't need the stone. We haven't taken in any damage yet. Do note that the enemies are getting larger and stronger. And this is why your clearance matters, because you actually do need to clear the path. The city will not clear its own path as particularly well. And other things like this will appear on the sides as well, for you to interact with and benefit from, as long as you're paying attention. So basically, you've got a juggling act here of, do I go for experience for levels to add attachments? Do I go for bonuses for my hero? What do I want? It gives you a lot of options. And I appreciate that it shows you a little animation of what your attack looks like, so you know what you're getting. Let's go ahead and grab some more attack speed for the axe. Improving our axe's attack speed, I do believe, also improves our harvest rates. Like, it won't increase the amount it's harvesting, but I believe it harvests faster. Speaking of harvesting faster, let's go ahead and keep building that forest. I don't really want to make the city too wide yet. Oh, good. Those are starting to get flagged as bots now, too. Excellent. Because there's been so many of those here and there. Like, there hasn't been so many of them recently. At least not for me. They've definitely been a thing. Hey there, Callista. How's it going? Let's see. We can get more supporting crowd. We could get another laborer district. Or we can get the gunner brigade. Sounds good. Hope all is well. We'll go ahead and put the other laborer district here and stack the damage for the fire dragon. Anything that walks up behind this town is toast. Quite literally. Now, you'll see this gate here. These gates allow you to take a break periodically. And there's also some extra stuff to do there, like a shop and things like that. Ready level 7 attack speed, very good. Grab that wood before it gets left behind. Because this gate will shut, and you aren't going to be able to keep playing around over here. So, let's just go ahead and get in here. You can wait a bit longer than that, as you can see. And that's the nice thing about these stop-off points, is these chests give you another weapon for your hero. In fact, we'll take the boomerang, in part because it collects things, as you probably saw in the text there. This gives you some more coins. Now, note, they are breaking through the gate until the gate itself actually shuts. So, don't just let them do what they want. The shop allows you to get even more stuff for your city. We'll grab this forest so we can keep getting the wood production expanded. And you notice it highlights, like, affected areas by various towers, and it'll also highlight things that are affected by something you're showing. Like, something you're hovering over, rather. So, like, if I had anything that had explosion size that would be affected, they would be lighting up right now if I was when I'm hovering over this fire factory. Let's go ahead and grab the lumber statue as well. Just slap that in here. And then we'll re-roll and see what else I can get. Forest. Sure, we'll grab an ice ballista as well. You'll notice this counts as adjacent, so we'll just plop it right in the middle there, so it also benefits from both of them. And I think that'll do for this shop. We'll save our money for re-rolling and doing things. These green plants heal your hero. We don't really need to, but I was just doing that for demonstration purposes. They do also give wood, because they are plant. So you can either go get more money or go get more wood from these two sides, and then you can proceed forward. I think you can proceed forward without doing this, but why wouldn't you do this? Just bear in mind, you're fighting alone over here on this side. So if your hero is weak, it may actually be worth not doing it. Keep your eye on that guy with the bulbous orange bit to him too. He explodes. See? That, I would assume, can be very dangerous. It's so far been very beneficial to me when I've been doing this so far. But I also, you know, bear in mind that he is present and he is an issue. You can do things like this, step forward a bit, and set him off to clear all of his friends. And they'll auto-clear once the deadly horde's almost here, so you can finish up. Or, I should say, I think it actually is because the circle finishes. But it's almost always been really close to when that circle, when the timer runs out. There we go. Put all that experience in, put all that wood in, and we get all kinds of goodies. Scorpio Javelin. Fire a bonus arrow for every coin deposited. Does sound good, but I think I'm gonna take the craftsman houses and start stacking them across the side here. It'll widen our clearance, but it'll boost the power of all of our towers. And you notice the shopkeepers all tunneled away. They'll meet us at the next checkpoint. And we can break this tower free and have a free tower to help us out temporarily. Now, our biggest weakness right now is we don't have any defenses on the front. So we're reliant on the castle's main in ballista to protect the town and from anything that's coming from the front. So we're gonna need to do something about that sharpish. Since we can't obviously sit there and protect it all the time, otherwise we're not gonna get anything done. I'm waiting for a different weapon for that. Hey, they're free. How's it going? Yeah, I feel that. Keep the worst of the bats at bay. Harvest more wood for more attack speed. You'll notice the enemies actually break the trees and such down as well. They will actually be impeded by the local forestry and such. So it can actually be worth letting them have to fight it rather than chopping gaps yourself. Unfortunately, these statues don't stack in terms of going into the same spot, so I'd have to put in another spot. I'm still tempted anyway, but let's re-roll and look for some weaponry. Ooh, we can get some burn damage increases. That could be fun. I was really hoping for something else to put on the front of our alignment here, but I think we have to actually just double up on the fire dragons, because at least that'll have good coverage. And I say something different, not in that I'm looking for something specific, but just like something that I haven't already used. It's a neat one, and it's also only like $8. It's a very cheap game to get. Those compasses are your meta currency. You'll be able to upgrade yourself between runs with that. I've got a bunch of harvest upgrades. Hell yeah. If you're willing to work with Microsoft, it's also on Game Pass, which is how I'm playing it. Not really the biggest fan of them or any of their stuff, but it's more efficient in terms of being able to keep up with things. Let's go ahead and get us a Gunner Brigade. I would have been willing to put the Gunner Brigade up front, but they showed up at the wrong time. And the vast majority of enemies do spawn behind you anyway. The problem with the gunner brigade being around the back is I'm probably going to forget to go collect those coins. Since I, for one, am usually running out front in order to harvest things that are in the way. There's no reason to break that free at this point, particularly. We'll just harvest more wood. Just rip through all the wood. Because those brambles give wood some of the time, and obviously the trees all give wood. Hey, there's stuff over here. Give. Look at all of this awful behind us, by the way. That's why we shut the gates. Go and level up the one in front since it's not benefiting from the bonus. This way we can guarantee a bit better protection out the front. Okay, weapon 3, golden pistol, ice drake, or dart rifle. I'm actually going to take the dart rifle, because it prioritizes high HP enemies, such as bosses. Because this game, as you might imagine, does have boss fights. And they can be really nasty based on my experience so far, because that was the only reason I lost my first run, is the boss trounced me. Let's see what we got in the shop. Sapper Tower is pretty fun, because it just summons little guys that explode. Oh, okay, that's what they mean by decaying minions. They just walk around for a little bit, and then they just die. That might not be bad to have. They can be a good stalling tactic. Sure. You can take up that corner. Reroll. Since we have 2 different dragon things set up, let's go ahead and start building up a set of pyrotechnics. Freeze explosions are probably a good idea to have as well, but I don't have a great spot for it. Minion. I love these frag mortars, as you can see their animation over there. I had a bunch of these set up, and I had those fire factories, and these labor houses as well. So I had big, powerful explosions, which was great for crowd clearing. That's why I got bodied by the boss, though, is they didn't shoot fast enough to really deal with a boss. Take that forest. We'll keep building up the free wood. We have enough. I'll reroll one more time. Okay, that worked out. Is we can upgrade our gunner brigade and our decaying minion tower. There we go. And let's go this way, because I think this is like an upgrade chest, not a money chest. His money is coin, not box. There we go, set off that explosion amongst them. Step out of the circle for a second just to kind of maneuver a little bit here. Because you'll notice the circle stops filling when you're not standing in it. Hee hee. I love doing that. That's my favorite thing, is just pushing explosive enemies into the crowds. And there we go. Grab the thing, because the horde is coming. Let's keep raising our boomerang size, both so it can collect better and so it can deal with more enemies at once. Just look at all that bad out there. Good thing we're not going that way. This is also why we made sure to put a flamethrower, or at least out front, since there are a lot of bad things that are gonna be waiting for us out front. Go ahead and level this up again. I don't actually know what the max level for a tower is. I would assume 3. You notice the music's changing as we go, too. Let's go ahead and get some dart rifle damage, since that already has really high damage. 20%'s a good upgrade for that. You are not getting anywhere near my house. Ow, my body. That's fine, though. We'll find healing. I want to fill out this circle in the hopes that it does something good for us. Ooh, extra projectile for the boomerang. That is actually very good. Oh, that's bombers right next to me, though. Those coins are gonna have to live there. Also, look at the larger bombs. They are terrifying. Sweep around back here. Try to help keep control. It's starting to get rough out here. Grab these coins, then I'll grab the heal. There's an upgrade. As you can see, it starts to get a little hectic trying to keep up with grabbing everything. So at some point, you're probably going to have to just accept that you're going to end up missing some of the stuff. Or you have to accept the fact that your town's going to take some damage. One of the two. We can actually double dip, because we can stand on the edge of the circle here and harvest some stone to fix the damage. More damage from my dart gun. Very specific reason for that. Protect the flank of the town. Oh yeah, this is a neat thing you can get as well, is you can sometimes get 3 sets of 3 for your buildings. So you actually get to place 3 of it. It doesn't have to be in a line like it's showing here. So we're obviously going to take that. What we can do is just plonk, plonk, plonk. So that's a nice big damage bonus for our towers. The only thing is it obviously makes the entire town bigger. And bear in mind, the town is 1 health bar. Like, any part of the town gets hit, the town as a whole takes damage. So the larger you make your footprint, the easier it's going to be for enemies to get to you. We got triple boomerang now. Oh, that's dirty pool. You get away from my town. This is getting rough. This is worse than it got when I was testing this. This is nasty. It's fun though. Thankfully, we have been getting enough stone and such to keep the town healed anyway, so it's not too big a deal. Our health is not great, but you know, it's okay. We will be replaced. It's fine. The town must live. Get our reward. Firefly jar is pretty fun. Ice Drake's also not bad. I am holding onto a lot of coins a lot of the time, but as soon as I get to one of these shops, I spend it all, so I weaken right back down. We'll take the Firefly jar. Since it leaves a zone of fire behind, it'll be good for clearing crowds. Get our bonus coins. Those decaying minions are actually really good for keeping them from getting through the gate, it looks like. Yeah, you'll notice there's no more level up symbol up there. So the gunners are done that are up there. Let's go ahead and grab one of these and put that down here, and we'll put a gunner brigade here. It's a little off to one side, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but we needed that for the adjacency bonus. Because that damage increase is really nice. Roll. Extra damage to frozen enemies wouldn't matter. Let's go ahead and grab a Scorpio Javelin for down here as well, because I'm pretty sure we're going to the boss now. So we need everything we can get our grubby hands on. There we go. That'll give us much better coverage out the front. Go, heal up. Deposit the wood. We do have a higher fire rate level than I had when I did the test run, I'm pretty sure. You can also just, like, rip this whole place up if you are desperate for stone or anything. You can grab a little bit that way. I don't really need the stones, so we're gonna go over here and get another upgrade. Our triple boomerang should help a fair bit in here. And obviously the 50% axe damage will be good too for dealing with the larger guys. And of course, you know, never hurts to set the world on fire as long as you're not in the fire. One side clear so I can maneuver. At least they do give you plenty of warning where they're spawning in from too, since those inky pools appear or before they actually spawn. I am in a very bad position right now. Maneuver. Maneuver. And pop. There we go. Grab this quickly. Yeah, more axe size. Scoop these up. Gotta go. You obviously could go back into the shop if you get money from the side you do. We have no reason to do that since, you know, we didn't go to a side that had money. There we go. Good bit of burn damage increase. Which I don't think that applies to our fire bottles that we throw. Could get another labor district, but where would I even put it? I think I'm better off taking the ballista upgrade. And specifically, I like having the ballista pointing out the back because it stalls out the horde chasing you. Which has a blessing and a curse to it, obviously. If you stall them out too hard, they're obviously not going to be in range for you to get the experience from. But it also keeps the town safer. So it really depends on which one you want more. Do you want safety or do you want resources? Here we go. Oh, this is a different boss. So they do have multiple bosses. Good. Ah, that one specifically I can hurt over here. That seemed to stun him, so I'm assuming it stopped him from doing whatever it is he was going to do. The boss I was fighting before was this, like, treant thing, and it was awful to deal with. Because it kept making roots everywhere that was blocking me from moving. Nope, it's setting up circles at all the spots now. Or at least multiple spots. There we go, broke that. My towers are actually doing really well in this fight. Because they're doing a lot of the work for me. There we go. Keep control of this fight the whole time. And the towers are holding just fine for keeping the minions at bay, so I don't need to worry about protecting the town. Yep, he's charging his circles again. No. Not allowed. Whatever that does, no. You can also stand on the town if you need to, so if you need to, like, run directly across for something, you can. No, 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 no. Oh, whatever that was worked that time, I think. Or nope, he died. Never mind. We're fine. I couldn't tell if that was his spell going off or that was him exploding. The answer to that question may actually, in fact, be both. There we go. Let's max out that Scorpio Javelin. Because we can. We'll help hold the line here for a moment. Collect up all the resources before we get too far, though. Looks like some towers do actually help harvest as well, because I think they're collateral damaging the local everything. Look at all the little guys running around on the wall, like, oh god, what are we doing? What do we do? Ah! Obstacle ahead. The town getting stopped is like the most devastating thing. Because all of that has a chance to catch up at that point. Okay, we can max level our minion deployer. Look at all that stuff we're leaving behind, though. Ah, hurts my soul. But I think we did it. This is farther than I've ever gotten. I've never gotten through this gate before. So this is also only my second run, so you know, saying never is a bit of an overstatement somewhat. But upgrade our front gunner brigade, because I don't know if this run's over or not. I would assume not, considering there's an opening down there. Belfry has reached the Ark. Oh yeah. That is the end of this run, at least. So we can unlock a variety of things, it looks like. City of Ashes, reach the Ark with City of Ashes, Worker City, Caravan, Mirror City, Propaganda City, and the Great Dragon. Survived! Hooray! So we unlocked circular saws, those that cut wood. We got vacated houses, which make minion damage go higher, the Road of Ice, hard difficulty, and the Mirror City. Each building built is duplicated and mirrored on the right side of the city. Buildings deal 50% less damage and are 100% more expensive. Experience grows 30% slower. Well, that seems interesting. And here's your meta progression. You can get tower damage, shop rerolls, minion efficiency, city damage resistance, range for your towers, attack speed for your towers, health for the city, damage for yourself, cutting and mining speed. As you can see, I've taken a couple levels in. Resource trail capacity, so you can carry more items with you at once. Armor for the hero, move speed for the hero, attack speed, and health for the hero. I went mostly for harvesting damage just because of the fact that it makes the attack speed growth of your city much faster, and it makes it easier for you to grab health for the city in a pinch. Not to mention collecting gold and all of that being helpful. Let's go ahead and get some tower damage and some tower range in particular, I think, this time around. And you can see all the stuff you've unlocked here as well, like all the stuff we got and how to unlock things you don't already have. Oh, reach the Ark without buying anything on the Road of Sands. Yikes. Oh, our Ark is... yeah, the Ark has this city here now. Oh, and there's even a text box here. We found the Ark. It is in ruins, but it exists. Behind the thin ramparts, the monsters are already approaching. Some of our people wanted to restart the city. I burned the wheels. I am the first worker king of the Ark, and I will certainly not be the last. Other cities will come. Another worker will wear my crown. Whether I give it to him myself or he takes it from whatever's left of me, the Ark will survive. Okay, so I guess we're gonna get another, like, story beat every time we finish one of these, then. And there's actually a couple more cities that I didn't notice. The Royal Mausoleum, the Medieval Fair, and the Atrium as well. So I guess we'll take the Mirrored City on the Road of Ice and see how it goes. Ooh. On hard, if you've reached the Ark without ever placing 4 different types of buildings, you get an objective. Oh wow, I was actually working towards an objective without even realizing it. Wood level 50 on the Elder Wood is an objective. Oh, okay, so you get 50% more progression currency on hard. And it looks like each objective is difficulty unique. Let's do normal for the new area, just to be on the safe side, since we don't know what we're getting into here. And obviously we've been reset down to a baby power. Aside from our meta progression. There we go, get level 1 tower boost. Get us some size with our axe this time. get us all this gold. Though they are reaching the town quite handily right now because we have no defenses other than ourselves. So we're probably not going to be able to collect all the coins. Good luck contending with my double mortars. Haha. So you'll notice they do have a hefty delay on firing, and that's why they're kind of unfortunate. I love them, but they're unfortunate at the same time. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. If I get attack speed for my explosives, hang on. We got potential here. Oh yeah, these towers are also how you get your extra compasses. And this being the Road of Ice, it kind of makes sense that there's not much to work with here. I'm assuming sending that minecart in there does something good. Ow. Yep, it came out this side with money. Give. We'll risk the damage to get this. Because the more money we can put in, the better off we are. Which I do believe you lose whatever you're carrying when you die. So, like, your money that's trailing behind you, in our particular case there, for example, would have dropped. I don't know if it gets destroyed or if it gets dropped on the ground. I died too quickly after experiencing that the first time to be sure about it. Let's go ahead and get a pair of Blizzard Bellows as well. Protect the city some more. Hey there, Nixie, how you doing? Oh, we actually have to clear a full stone blockade here. Yeah, I know the road's blocked. Just calm down, people. I've got this under control. At least this is healing the city as well. So far so good. I'm alright, and this game is a lot of fun, though we might be losing this run here quickly, because this is a new area I'm learning about. But, you know, that's how learning goes sometimes. Just gotta hold the city together long enough to get strong enough to hopefully be able to protect itself. But these things are weird. I don't know what that aura does, but I don't like it. It seems like it's making anything around it tougher. Instead of upgrading this one immediately, let's go ahead and place down 2 more of them. And that's what happens, by the way. Hero dies, you actually have to put a monument to the hero down in the city. Which, with this city in particular, is actually going to be kind of a pain. Then you just get a new one. So obviously the trade-off is losing space in the city, realistically. Actually need to harvest a bunch of stone before we get through there. Gotta fix up the city. Thankfully we can also harvest the ruins here a bit. We'll have a moment to breathe. What's my other weapon gonna be? Oh, the saws are a hero weapon. Okay. Sure, we'll give that a go then. What do we got for sale? Extra damage to frozen enemies is an idea. We do have ice, but it's not very effective right now. And you can pay to repair the city as well, which we'll give it a quick boost. Take some laborer houses. We'll start stacking them up in here. Actually, we can get laborer districts going as well. We won't be able to boost all of the towers, unfortunately, unless I replace something. Which, the only thing I could replace is the attack speed, which does not seem like the greatest idea. This mirror is gonna end up making this town really big, and I'm not the happiest about that, but it'll be what it'll be. That's just how this city's gonna work. Finish harvesting everything I can reach before we interact with anything else. There we go, got us a level up. We can keep raising our explosion size, and that might not be a bad idea. Also, fire dragons. Put them over here so they protect the front of the city a little bit. And considering the city damage... Get ahead a little bit. Yeah, there's actually trees up ahead, so we'll go ahead and take the stone. It seems like the ice makes us a lot faster, but we slide a little bit. So we gotta be kind of careful about that. Okay. Also gotta be very mindful of the amount of time that the saws around me last. Because them disappearing at the wrong time is the most likely candidate for getting me killed right now, I think. That and the sliding on the ice. Case in point, I slid right into 2 different attacks there. Detonate a bunch of them. Specifically, I aim to detonate as many of them as I can so that we actually get the kills before the thing goes off here. So I'm pretty sure when they blow up from the circle, we don't get that experience. And we need all the experience we can get. Let's go ahead and upgrade this mortar, because this is the one that's affected by both the bonuses. There we go, the city's gonna get a decent chunk of its health back now. That'll do. The more we can raise the city's attack speed, the better the city will be able to defend itself. Especially now that we've got fire dragons for a bit of boosted protection there too. Ooh, we have an ice golem now. Hey, go get him, Frosty. He doesn't have much health, it seems, and he's auto-decaying, but you know what? He's doing his best. Ooh, monsters with money. You stay right here with me, friend. You're giving me all of your money. This game is just throwing concepts at me at a pretty nice rate. Like, not overwhelmingly fast, but just fast enough that every time I'm not paying attention for a second, it's like, ooh, new thing. Raising our explosion sizes. I don't need to harvest that right now. What am I doing? I'll come back for that wood here in a moment. I need to trigger this to get at our upgrade as well. Like, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do the other thing. Ah! Yeah, I know there's an obstacle ahead. I'll deal with it in a second. Actually, somewhat on purpose that I'm letting that be in the way. Grab the wood. It's just the minecart, so it's not like it takes long to push it out of the way. Sure, it let the enemies catch up, but we're kind of holding them at bay just fine for the second, so I'm not super concerned about that right now. First, a little bit of gold. And you'll notice the enemies will turn and face me as well when I'm nearby. So I can probably use myself as bait a bit, too. Let's go ahead and slap some harvest increases down here at the front of the city. Just gotta be real careful now that my health's getting low. Well, it's not really low yet, it's at half, but you get the point. We are, in fact, in danger. Ooh, attack speed for the axe per wood level. Yes. Anything that scales is going to be great. More saw damage. I don't really need rotation speed for it too badly. Oh, those explosions are hurting a lot, though. I let them rock the city a little bit too much there. This could be a problem. I need to clear these. I can't afford to let the city get slowed down this time. There's too many bombers, like, right on our tail. I would love to keep grabbing more things, but right now I need to be on vigilance mode or I'm in trouble. See, this is exactly what I was expecting. Oh, that explosion might be the death of us. Like, both us and our city. Yep. The city's gone down in flames. I couldn't stop that at Bomber. No matter what I did, I wasn't gonna be able to push him off in time. Oh wow, I'm glad I picked normal because this one's a lot harder. Ah, we have the power of propaganda on our side now, and it increases his adjacency effects. So all of those, like, attack increases and attack speed increases are boosted by that. Neat. So I think the range was a good idea. The range did not help the setup we had, though, is the only problem. I'm not sure which would be better, damage resistance or health. I feel like enough damage resistance would make health less relevant because you don't take the damage in the first place. But with it only starting at 4%, I feel like that won't scale hard enough to be good. That's funny timing there, Lark. We'll go ahead and try the health and see how that works out for us. 10% more health, I think, will be more than... I presume it'll be like 8% damage resistance. Oh wow, I'm surprised I didn't destroy 1,000 trees and rocks with the way I was scrambling around in the first run. Breaking everything in sight. Yeah, we'll go ahead and cough drop on. Good idea. We'll try the Propaganda City. The Mirror City seems like a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of hazard. Actually, no. Back up. We're gonna go back to the Road of Elderwood for a moment and try hard difficulty. And see if this is harder than the other road, or if this is just harder than this road. Yeah, that's fair. I can see how it wouldn't be for everybody. I've been enjoying it so far, but it definitely gets very hectic at times as well. Pour all the wood into the propaganda machine. Yeah, I can't just ignore the city at the beginning as much on hard, I see. Ooh. Both of these would be handy to have right off the start. I'm gonna try the sheep farm, though, for the free experience. Free wood's nice, but this map has lots of wood. So let's try just generating automatic experience. Let's go ahead and get some explosive minions going. Sappers aren't half bad. I do think I might actually like the decaying ones a bit better, now that I've tried both. Put in there. There's a dragon tower we can get here. It's not in the greatest position, but at least do something. In fact, you know what? Let's just go all minions for the moment. See how that works out for us. Yes, I know. All the dragon things. Wow, that dragon tower just set the forest on fire over there. You know, blessings and curses, right? Blessings and curses. Of course I get the fire factor when I don't have the explosives. Since that's tower explosion size, it technically doesn't count for the sappers, because I think that ends up being minion explosion size, not tower explosion size. Let's upgrade the sappy boys. Just make them keep getting better at exploding. And remember, wood adds bonus summons for the sappers, so I can actually really make some good use out of the wood we're getting. We're gonna be poor for this round, unless I go get that gold that's all the way up there, which is not really my best idea. At the rate this is going, I may actually be doing a lot of re-rolling. I'm now trying to do specific things here. Look at the size of this damage bonus now. There we go. That did connect to the minion towers there, so maybe it does work. Unless maybe those are less specific. It's hard to say because they are supposed to glow when something affects them, so I don't know. Taking a risk staying here, but it'll work out. There's the attack speed per wood level again. That is a very handy one to have. Let's go ahead and max out our sapper tower. Just keep going attack speed, why not? Get away from the town. Yeah, this is going to go similarly to the ice area, I think. We're going to be getting wiped out again soon. Take the Firefly Jar. As fun as the Circular Saw was, I think the jar will be a little more effective for us early on. There we go. This is what I was hoping for. Oh, I think this is making the same neighbor bonus. Oh no, because this. Oh, this has to be able to reach the tower as well for it to do its thing. Okay, but we're definitely putting it there then, because it affects both the towers from that position. We'll get a bit of free money here. That'll hopefully be enough to buy something. Because we're not on the right setup for it to get through without buying anything. So we don't need to worry about that. Nor are we powerful enough to get through here without buying anything, if I'm honest. I don't think that's happening. That's basically all I'll be able to afford, because I don't want to farm a pyrotechnician or a forest. Is you probably want to focus on like 2 different housing types, because if you go with more than that, you're just not going to have room for you to stack enough of the bonus. Just for it to matter, I don't think. Speaking of bonus, I'm going to take the upgrade. If I make myself strong enough, I can also make up for any disadvantages we have. God, these guys are durable enough, though, that they're presenting issues for my axe. Which, to be fair, I haven't raised my axe's attack at all. It's just speed. So I can keep bumping them. I just can't, like, kill. That's not where that was supposed to go, but I'll take it. We need to finish this circle and get out of here. Area for the Firefly Jar. And that's exactly why I saved the heal, because I knew I was gonna need it. Let's go ahead and upgrade our minion spawner some more. I do need more of them as well, though, I think. Because just the one of each I don't think is gonna be enough to keep holding. They do great work, but they don't do great enough work to have just the 2 towers be enough. This will still be in range, won't it? Actually, hang on. I can check the range. No, putting it there wouldn't be in range. Unless this is only checking the range for the adjacency bonus for... Yeah, no, it's just checking the range for the adjacency bonus for this. Because you notice those are still getting the up arrow. But this only gets the up arrow when this is within 2. Okay. That's actually really cool, because that means you can actually make mistakes and still get away with it with those. That's actually really nice. But we're gonna get additional zombies going. This way we have a little bit of extra protection. They won't be the most powerful zombies, but there'll be numerous zombies, and that'll hopefully be good enough to hold the crowds at bay while we rip down the ruins to try to rebuild our city. Oh, the bats. Oh, so many bats. Just eat this whole tower. Those bats will be an issue, but we'll be okay. This guy, though, needs to get away. Do not want. There we go. We can get a bunch of vacated houses. Problem is we have a distinct lack of side coverage right now. So I keep having to run back and deal with things that are attacking from the sides. Minions are doing great about things from behind, don't get me wrong. Just the front and the sides are in terrible danger constantly. If you're wondering what I was trying to say, even I don't know. I stumbled my words hard on that one. I think I wanted to say grave danger, and then I decided against it, and then I decided to do it, and then I decided against it, and... bleh. Put a Necromancer Tower out front in the hopes that that puts minions in better locations, though it seems like they all just head straight out back because that's where the enemies currently are. There we go, now they're going the right way a bit better. Gotta clear the damn bramble zone, though. I can get 2% attack speed per wood level now. Sure. The town's gonna die here in a second, though, I think. So I cannot keep up with all these enemies. And the minions aren't doing enough. I think that was a good idea, but it's not quite fleshed out enough. Ooh, Fire Church. All explosion sizes are increased by 20%. Neat. We do at least get a good payout, even though we didn't get very far. Go ahead and get myself some personal damage. And with how much I'm using those rerolls, let's actually make those rerolls cheaper. That seems like a good idea. I do want to unlock more of the weapons, but we've got a lot of work to do before we get those. What do I need to do to get some more towers as well? Are there even any other attacking towers? Hey, there's Ice Turret, Ice Crypt. It looks like a bunch of it's going to involve going to other places. It's going to be the main thing. Ooh, we did get the champion statue at some point, which increases hero damage. Ooh, the cursed ballista might be fun, so we might try another minion run. Keep 15 minions alive at the same time as well. So yeah, we're gonna try another minion run, but we're gonna go with the Mirror City for it. The idea is we place twice as many minion creating structures, so we just start cranking out twice as many minions. And we'll try the hard wood path again. Oh, it's worth noting, by the way, the 50% off commissions has ended. So that's why the message is back to the old one again. No more discount. Thank you to anyone that did actually take advantage of said discount, though. That was a lot of help. So we do still need more help. So if any of y'all got spare cash jangling around and that you don't need, and you wouldn't mind supporting what I do, it would be greatly appreciated. But do always make sure that yourselves are taken care of first. Your own financial stability comes first at all times. I want the fire factory. Yeah, we'll take the fire factory. I really should have taken the explosive minion, I think, in terms of just generating more of them for the plan. I think the increased explosion size would be very good. I don't even think we're getting very far, though. So I'm going to try to get this upgrade, and I'm pretty sure the city's going to get destroyed before I get back. Yeah, because there's an obstacle. Yep. Figured this was going to be a problem. I knew I miscalculated, but by the time I walked over there, it was too late to even reconsider it. This game kind of could use a quick retry button. You could retry with same settings. I really gotta remember that I can't be too greedy on hard yet. We're not strong enough for that. Even though the plan is for minions, let's take some gunner brigades early on, just so we have something to protect the town with a bit. The fire dragons probably would be better for protecting the town, but the gunners will get us coins. You could also try just experience farming at first. Instead of like focusing on getting wooden things. Because that seems like that's the better call on hard. Because of just how many enemies are spawning. Just like staying close, clearing things that are near the city, killing enemies. I would really love to get that upgrade that's over there. We seem to have a breather here for the second, so I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, we're holding, so I'm gonna grab the coins too. Grab the stone. Got enough harvest rate that I can just clean all this up fast. Rather than running back and forth. Because that stone will repair the damage that it will take from me having stayed away for a little bit. So it should all work itself out. necromancer towers going as well to try to buy some time. I just blinked for a second and died there. I think I was too close to this guy that I just killed. I gotta remember, I don't have a durable hero right now. I have like no health increases and no defense. We're almost out of here. There's a lot of them piling in, though. Oh, that's a lot of damage. But the worst of them are now not close enough to be a problem. Let's up our harvest rate a lot. That'll help. So with a boosted harvest rate, I can go grab this. Do some repairs very fast. Circular saws, boomerangs. Boomerangs. We're gonna be a little weak in terms of personal damage, but I feel like the utility of the boomerangs are gonna be important here. We did get a lot of coins this time, so I should be able to actually buff the city up pretty nicely. Because we can get the vacant houses going again. Upgrade our gunner brigade. And still have enough money for more things. What if more minions? Oh, neat. Buildings that are the same that get next to each other are also connecting visually. That's neat. Yeah, let's go ahead and max out our gunner brigade for the back end here. And we will go for a personal upgrade. If I go for the coin box, I can buy more stuff right away, including buying repairs. So let's get the coins. As much as I love upgrading my hero, I think upgrading the city is going to be more important right now. The danger to not upgrading the hero, though, is segments like this get really dangerous. And we obviously don't want to lose the hero and not get any of the stuff that's out here. This will work out pretty well, though. Pop that one. Pop that one. Just clear, like, a pivotal amount of enemies there. Get a nice chunk of experience to bring home alongside the coinage. Yeah, that was worth 25 coins. That should be pretty helpful. Drop that off in the town to get another upgrade. Is what we can do is we can plonk this booster here. No, actually, we're gonna pop it up here. Because the gunners need the damage bonus the most, probably. Because the minions are, if anything, mostly there to distract and delay enemies. I could get even more harvest speed. In fact, I'm going to risk taking the harvest speed bonus over repairing the town. Because the idea there is I will go harvest a bunch of stone, because there is stone in the field here. That'll then turn into health for the town. I think that'll be more beneficial long term. Just look how fast I'm just ripping through everything over here. That all off. Let's start. Do I upgrade? Or do I just make more? Let's just make more. Fuck it. Because again, our goal is trying to unlock stuff, not necessarily getting distance every time. Oh, the town's taking so much damage because I was being greedy. I gotta be careful to watch out for the town between minion spawn waves. This is taking more micro than I expected a minion build to take. Ooh, I just barely got there in time on that. That was about to be really bad. Well, that's timing. I saw the guy tromping forward as I was saying that. I'm like, I'll make it in time, right? And then the city exploded. And we still haven't unlocked anything. I'm getting the sneaking feeling that my plan isn't working. Oh no, we almost are there. We only have 25 more to go, so we'll try one more time. But let's go to Ice Normal to try this plan now. I think I've got a good enough setup in mind now. It's just not good enough for hard. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if hard's designed for you to have finished normal of most of the places before you try that. Considering the normal for this place seems to be, like, nearly as dangerous as hard forest is. We'll have all the money. Yeah, but see, it still gets a lot of enemies out on you, but they're fragile compared to the hard mode enemies. And that's, I think, where the real critical difference is going to come in for that. Is they're fragile enough that you can more readily dispose of them. So even though there's a lot of them, it's not as bad. Because you can more readily maintain control. Which then allows me to actually go harvest and keep from falling too far behind scaling-wise. We also need to be breaking these ice crystals for other unlocks and everything anyway. And this needs to come with me. Hey, leave the town alone. Go, my minion swarm. Of course, there's these armor guys that are gonna be an issue that I forgot about until now. That minecart out of the way. Max speed up. Clear this so that the town doesn't slow down. Coins. This might be one of the highest amounts of coins I've had, especially this early on. Oh, it's getting bad though. I need to get back to the town. Can I get this circle to trigger in time though before the door closes? Oh, it's getting really bad out here. This might be too much of a risk. Oh, got it. Getting out of here. Can't believe I got away with that. With more time to spare than I expected, too. Since we're aiming for harvesting, we'll take the circular saws again. Though it only says it cuts wood, so I'm not sure if it'll actually work on everything, but, you know, it's fine. Absolutely buying the vacant houses. Sure. It's gonna expand us in an awkward way, but the damage, I think, for these three will be, well, these 6, really, will be worth it. Oh, I'm so upset. Wait, no, I have money. I didn't put all my money in. Yes! 6 more vacant houses. Oh, that's gonna be nice. I can get more money or more stone. We're not too bad on damage, so let's get more money. There's also still more stuff I would like to get, if possible. So, this should work out well. And yeah, these guys being weaker is also going to make these segments a lot more reasonable to do and get a good amount of experience out of, instead of having to fight for my life and scramble. That's another level's worth of experience, I do think. Money. All this, get me out of here. And more houses. Yeah, actually, I said there was more things I wanted to buy in here. There's actually not super too many things I want to buy here. I am gonna get a pair of fire dragons to defend the sides of the town, though. Just because we've had so many problems with that. I know it feels like me copping out a little bit, but sometimes you gotta cop out a little bit to make it work. Minion focused, it's just not pure minion only. Making sure there's nothing else to grab here. Can't believe that little bit that was over there was enough for another level. Let's grab us some harvesting rate, because we don't have any of these yet. And let's go. Downside to me harvesting like mad here is gonna be, obviously, they have less to fight through to get to me. But we did just get a bunch of tower attack speed levels there. I think our defenses will hold a bit better now. Obviously, the front of the town is still in jeopardy, which is not great, but it's workable. Okay, that's underneath, so I can't actually get down there to get any of the stuff that's burning down there, unfortunately. But yeah, that's what the flamethrower is for the bats, pretty much. For keeping the worst of the bats at bay. Saw damage. Drop off what I picked up. Ooh, yep, another big set of vacant houses. Yes, please. It's gonna make the layout of the town larger, but that damage bonus is delicious. It is gonna make it hard for me to defend the town from the front with any of my towers. That's gonna be one concern. Case in point, the bats that are just chewing on the front of the town. Because those are all the way out at the front, so it's not like I can just be like, oh yeah, I'll just put more towers further forward. You can't actually extend the town forward further than that. Which I feel like that'd be a kind of nice risk-reward thing if you could just keep expanding the town indefinitely in a direction. So I feel like invariably power scaling wise it would be too good because you'd be able to just keep expanding the town forward where the least amount of enemies are instead of being forced to expand horizontally like the current setup makes you do. Kill the money pot guys. Oh, that's an ice tower. That's a nice ice tower right there. Harvest some stone to fix the damage before too many more things appear and cause more damage. I could get more power. I think I'm actually gonna re-roll this in the hopes of getting, yes, more things that attack was the idea. Because we have all that minion power, so it's not like we need necessarily to buff the individual towers. So I think quantity of them is going to be where they're going to need to be buffed right now. We are getting lots of wood levels now, so it should start getting extra sappers going as well. Since they get that bonus for amount of trees cut and everything. I'm actually struggling to carry all the wood I'm getting now. There we go, we just jumped up a few levels. That'll help quite a lot, actually. The money, put the money in the bank. We have 100 coins. Yes. Yes. Things are looking up. We might actually get through this one. It's a shame you can't get experience from the guys that are dying out there, but it makes sense. Otherwise, people would be doing exactly what I keep trying to do and cheese it by attacking things that are up against the gate there. The wise course would probably be dart rifle for the upcoming boss fight, but I'm going to take the boomerang so we can keep collecting the experience that I'm invariably going to keep missing because of needing to dip, duck, and dodge, and dive. I think we went up, what, like nearly 10 wood levels there? More vacated houses. I should probably stop getting more of those, though. I'm running out of room. Start upgrading those on the note of running out of room. Upgrade these as well so they get a little bit more reach. We'll round that out to a nice even 4 of those. Level both of you up to 2. And that's all of the money, pretty much. I'll do a little bit of repairing. Town's getting pretty good. It's just still got a big weakness out front. So do I upgrade myself, or do I get more wood? I feel like more wood's actually not the choice here. Considering we can just get more wood anytime there's trees around now. Because I can clear out the trees so fast. Meanwhile, you can't always get more upgrades because they don't always spawn more upgrades. I detonated him slightly too early. That's a better one. Keep cleaning house. We actually killed all of them except that one guy over here. There we go. I killed all of them. Focus on the saws for damage and have the boomerangs do cleanup. Wait, no, the wood. Yeah, sure, max level these fire dragons. don't think I've had maxed out Fire Dragon. No, I had to have. Because once again, the front of the town's fairly vulnerable, so I need to make sure to protect that myself. Well, some of the time, at least. And this is why I wasn't worried about getting the wood reward, because look at all that wood that's getting poured in. Okay, never mind, the minions are taking care of the front some of the time now. This guy needs to go, though. Get him away from the town. He's not allowed to get in there. I want to send that other minecart. Don't know where the reward's gonna come out, though. We don't really need more harvest speed. Heretical as that is. Okay, you know what? We're gonna move a couple more fire dragons a little further forward. Some kind of frontal protection, please. I was hoping for a tower with more range than that to show up, but you know what? You take what you can get. I'm getting stuck. There's another upgrade up there. Town is slowly dying, though, so I can't turn around for it. If I turned around for it, we were gonna lose, and I think we're still losing anyway, if I'm honest. This is getting really bad. I'm nudging away, like, just the right amount of enemies at the moment, but yep, it's over. I thought he was gonna die before he reached, so I didn't rush for it, because I was keeping an eye on the one on the left as well. Had a bad feeling about that, but we got ritual daggers. Ooh, shoot a projectile that turns slain enemies into decaying minions, and the cursed ballista deals extra damage for each active minion. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Those will at least be useful. And we did get a decent haul of compasses out of that. Ironically enough, I do think it's the sappers that might actually be holding the minion plan back a bit. And obviously, you know, you'd want to be focusing minion efficiency if you were going to go, like, all minions. I don't think we're at the point where I want hero carrying capacity yet, because running the stuff back and forth wasn't that big a deal. I think we'll take another hit of tower damage and a hit of personal damage. Do you think these ritual daggers will be useful because they'll spawn minions? Minions for me? Got a lot of work to do to unlock more of the weaponry. I assume worker minions probably come from the servants' quarters we saw. Grave Market, Old Church. I don't know how I'm gonna take the 500 damage without dying. And if this didn't need Road of Ice hard, this wouldn't be that bad to do. But obviously that's why it's specifically a hard difficulty one, is because otherwise it'd be easy. Okay, we need 5,000 minions for the Reliquary District, so that's not happening yet. And we needed 50 minions alive at the same time. I do think a similar plan would work there, but you need a bunch of minion efficiency to give them enough health that they'll last. So that the spawn rate actually starts to matter. We need to freeze a lot of enemies, so probably Ice Drake might be on the docket for the next run. We also need to burn a lot of enemies for fire aura, though. Wish I had more things that exploded, because we have a lot of things that make explosions better, but not that many things that explode. Specifically, our explosion options are fragmentation mortar and exploding minions. That's it. I think that's like the thing that's slightly lacking here at the moment. But maybe when we succeed in more places, more stuff will open up. 'Cause I do think that a chunk of these didn't exist till we got to the place and unlocked some more of the towns. And obviously we can arrive with a better version of this city too, probably. Yeah, because if you look, there's 3 silhouettes there still. So I assume that basically means there's 3 other things you can unlock with the Belfry. But I do want to keep trying with the Mirror City. I like the Mirror City. It's fun. Very silly. Go back to Road of... Wait. Oh no. I thought there was another objective that popped, but there isn't one yet. We're gonna stay on normal until we beat the normal ice. And we're just not gonna focus on any particular type of anything this time. We're just gonna try our best, basically. 50% damage bonus right off the top. Yes, please. Yeah, I think from this point forward, it's gonna be a lot of just, like, efficiency and good RNG. Get us a pair of Scorpio Javelins. I'll actually put them, like, kind of centered so they can hit front and back. I ain't gonna be able to bring the rest of that wood back. I don't know why I spent the time there. He says he's going back for it anyway because he's silly that way. Remember how I said I wasn't gonna be able to do it? I should never tell myself I can't do something. Just like you all know that anytime I'm told I can't do something, I will fucking do it. Lo and behold, I went ahead and goddamn did it. So here's what we're gonna actually try this time. I'm actually gonna focus my weaponry a little bit more frontal. Like, obviously, we need some coverage on the back, but I'm actually gonna, like, focus more of our weapons out the front. And see how that interacts. I'm curious to see what'll happen there. It should, in theory, work well. Though it's gonna be slightly cheating if I keep putting just more javelins down. But for the moment, we'll just upgrade them. Because the javelins have so much range is why I'm like, you know, that would kind of defeat the point of what I'm thinking about here. But it would work. It would absolutely work. Since they can cover front and back. It would just kind of invalidate the question attached to that test. Because it would be guaranteed to work at that point. Within reason. Like, obviously, these things aren't the be-all, end-all, but they are effective. Especially when you have lots of coins. Things coming in. Which, actually, something I should do in an instance like that is I should actually get farms. Hey, speaking of, there's the farms. Because as they generate coins, they'll feed the Scorpio Javelins. And make them fire or more. Basically, it's just free shots for the javelins. And obviously, infinite coins does benefit the town as a whole anyway. Ignoring silly things like the concept of inflation and things like that. should be able to get away with this. This might be to my detriment slightly, but 30% extra attack speed for my lumber axe, that's not bad, and I should be able to clean these trees out before the gate's an issue. So we get a good amount of attack speed early on. Yeah, I did that with plenty of time to spare. $71 coins from Area 1, not too bad, not too bad. I could have done better, but there's those ritual daggers. We'll give them a spin. These don't need the damage bonus, so I'm actually going to set them up back here, because the idea is they'll slow the things down that are chasing the town. Buy more farms. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and max out the Scorpio Javelins. Actually, these were attack speed bonuses, weren't they? Not... Yeah, they were attack speed bonuses. The Ice Ballistas would have actually benefited from those. Oopsie. Remember how I said I was going to put lots of weaponry up front? Yeah, I haven't even gotten much weaponry on this town at all yet, huh? Oopsie. It's fine. Ballistae are doing a great job. And especially as I keep increasing their fire rate, they'll do an even better job. Nope, I can't reach that tree. That tree's dead to me. First, you purely aesthetic tree! I hit that one. Can I hit it again? No, I cannot find that magic spot to hit it again. Let's go ahead and take the stone here because I need to heal the town. Now the problem is going to be actually getting a kill with the ritual daggers, I think. There we go, there's one. I fucked up bad there. I was trying to rotate around to push the guy the way I wanted him to go, and I underestimated my killing power. I thought it would take 3 swings. It only takes 2. But we'll be fine. Gems. Push, 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 push. We have the heal right there, so we'll be okay. And that's a good amount of health for the town. Let's go ahead and get another Scorpio Javelin out here at the front. Yeah, look at that. That's most of the health. That's actually better than I thought it was going to be. I'm not sure how this town moves, admittedly. It just kind of, like, levitates forward. I suppose that's one of those best not to think about it too hard scenarios. I can definitely see this being something I play a lot in my off time, though. Don't know if I'll stream it too many more times than just this once. I don't think it's that interesting to watch, probably. Outside of the initial tension of, like, is he gonna make it? And then once the freshness wears off, it stops being nearly as interesting, probably. Ritual dagger damage to make sure that it can actually get some kills. A hero damage build might be interesting too, just go ham on my own personal power. trim down some of these trees. Good thing the logs can't get blown up. Oh, we'll just go ahead and max out these javelins as well now. This is unsurprisingly holding significantly better. It's almost like having just a handful of powerful towers is actually a really good idea or something. Well, gee, I wonder, game, should I take the 30% attack speed increase or the 20% attack speed increase? Ignore the 10% size, it's relevant. It's just like, come on now, do you think I'm stupid? Which means you'd be right, but not for that reason. Get this spawner early. This way we don't have as many problems there. Ooh, the minecarts break things on the way through if there's things in their path. I'll need to keep that in mind. Pull this stuff off. Let's grab this experience right quick and this health. It's interesting how some things end up having to trail behind you, like the wood and the stone, but the experience and the gold doesn't. It just ends up in like a nebulous magic pocket somewhere. I find determinations like that interesting. Like they make specific split choices there, so you can actually see what they think is potentially more valuable, or what they think should be more difficult to move. Because arguably coins are like crazy powerful in this game. But I suppose they are more at risk of being lost, because I would assume those almost certainly don't drop when you die. But the things that are floating behind you might. We've not died enough for me to really notice that too heavily yet. Usually the city dies. Which I suppose means I should be more self-sacrificing if you think about it. Because if I'm living and the city isn't, then I'm probably not throwing myself in front of enough enemies. Is an argument that can be made. We're carrying a lot of coins these days, so we'll actually take the golden pistol. This is when we're not going to get any more coins, and I'm just going to be sad because my pistol's going to suck ass. We'll go ahead and grab a lumber statue. That one can go ahead and be up front because it's not going to take up too awful much space. Grab more farms. Build more farms. Need more plastic. Go ahead and put these in here so it benefits from both bonuses again. I was going to put it further back so it could shoot behind us better, but the bonuses are too good. The Cursed Ballista won't really work too well for us here because we don't have that many active minions outside of what I'm making. 42 is not bad damage to begin with, though. That's the same as the Ice Ballista. And I can get both. Go ahead and upgrade our Ice Ballista, and we'll go ahead and get the Cursed Ballistas. But we'll have them be like a secondary thing. They'll be back here, providing ass coverage. I think that's a solid idea. We don't really need the stone this time. We're actually mostly full health. So we will go ahead and grab a nice upgrade for myself. Oh god, I almost died there because I spaced out for a second. It's very, very dangerous to lower your guard at all in this game. You gotta just stay ready for action at all times. You're going to get shredded. And like, I didn't even get distracted looking at anything. I literally was staring right at the screen, but Brain's like, What? There's enemies attacking me? No, it's fine. Oh wait, I should move, I'm dying. Sometimes brain just don't brain, you know? Be that way. Let's see. We can continue upgrading those, but let's actually finish maxing out our Ice Ballistae. It gives them a bit more piercing. There we go. That should help out. Because that side and rear coverage is definitely important. Charge and everything up. Because if I can get the same kind of attack speeds we had on those really good runs, where we had like over 100% attack speed increase, I think we genuinely will be set to go at that point. We keep sitting on lots of money, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. We're going to put some of these freezing explosives right in the front. Push cart, push cart, push cart. Push cart, push cart, push cart. God, that is entirely too reminiscent of two different day jobs I had, because literally my first two jobs were pushing carts. That was just my life for a long time. Let me tell you, it's not that bad a job to do, as long as you're working with people that are at all reasonably useful. And let me tell you, I had very mixed results on that one. Let me just put it that way. There were a lot of cases of like, hey, the people before you didn't do anything, so good luck. You're gonna have to do everything as soon as you get in, because management's gonna flip a table on you otherwise. Okay, great. Great, love that for me. Like, I won't really go into detailed stories about that, because I honestly have mostly forgotten it at this point. Like, that's not shit I held on to, really. Aside from just a lingering general bitterness. Like, two takeaways from that are, one, if you have a job, you know, maybe don't fuck over the shift after you. That's just a good general piece of life advice, I feel. And if you're done shopping at a grocery store, or really anywhere that has carts, maybe put the fucking thing away. Like, yes, it's their job to put the carts away, but you're making their job harder than it needs to be if you're not doing a basic decency, if it's anywhere near you, to put the fucking thing away. The idea of these cursed ballistas being surrounded by farmland just very much amuses me. Like, you know what? Let's take the most evil, sinister ballista and surround that with all the happy farmland. It's gonna make the crops real weird. This is how you end up with a situation like the attack of the killer tomatoes. I suppose the plot of that wasn't actually that specific type of thing happened, but you get the point. Don't fuck with your farmland, it may do weird things. There we go, there's the over 100% attack speed. That's what you like to see. This run's starting to kick off. I'll take the Ice Drake because I said I wanted to freeze more enemies. Let's see. An upgrade the Cursed Ballista. Ooh. Reduce all towers' current cooldowns by 5% for every 1 coin deposited. Hello? Free power Yes. Yeah. Especially since I'm gonna keep getting more farms, which means their attack speed's gonna keep scaling by their cooldown being reduced. Ooh. Delightful. The sheep farm and the book market would combine in well, I assume. There's one catch to this. Depends on whether producing them counts the same as depositing them. Because there's a world where that's not true. And if that's not true, then that screws the pooch on this whole plan here. I think that's maxed out. That third... No, it's not quite got the same degree there. That's actually only level 2. Another farm. I should probably stop adding farms at this point, though. It's getting a little crowded. Max out our Blizzard Bellows. Max out our Cursed Catapults there. I could add more Bellows, but let's not. Sure, you know what? Why not? We got some Gunners. That's also gonna help discourage me putting more farms. He says, thinking he was ever going to actually be discouraged from doing that in any way, shape, and or form. I should know myself better than that, really, shouldn't I? Let's put some more ice ballistas further back to help the cursed ballistas keep the back clear. We'll just surround the ice with farms too, why not? That's how you can tell that I'm in a good position, is I start fucking around with, at the very least, the logic for why I'm placing things, instead of it being, I need to do this because it'll keep things going well, I need to do this because it'll keep people safe. I'll do this because it's funny. 14% attack speed. 117. Remember, one of our goals for the previous area was 50 levels of wood. We may as well take the coins, because we don't really need more wood, and our harvest rate's good enough to collect plenty of wood. I got plenty of food. No, I don't. There's always room for more food. Wow, 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 wow. Danger for me. Danger as far as the eye can see. Please let that circle close. Thank you. Scoop up the XP. Because I think the Deadly Horde timer... Oh no, it definitely was starting to close in on me. Never mind. There's just a little bit of grace to it, I think. I was gonna say, I think it only matters while the fight's actually happening, but then the darkness came, and I'm like, I need to go. I need to leave. I need to be anywhere but here. Upgrade that Ice Ballista. I've definitely been taking a lot of the times where the upgrade screen pops up, by the way, to drink, in case people are wondering why there's delays sometimes. I'm trying to keep hydrated. Oh wow, the reroll price is so high I actually can't even do that and still afford anything. I guess the coins didn't actually matter that much, aside from making my pistol better for the immediate, which isn't a bad thing either. Freeze, please. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Well, hopefully I'll be anyway. Especially these trees that are nice and close to the town, I really should always grab these because they just go straight in. Whispers echo, shadows answer. What does that mean? Game, what does that mean? I have concerns. They're not being answered. Maybe that's like a hint as to what the boss is? Yeah, that's a hint as to what the boss is. Okay. Wait, is it really these guys again? Didn't I fight them in the woodlands? I also seem to have stopped this one in place somewhat. Like, he didn't seem to be rotating at the same speed as the other ones because of the freeze damage that he was taking. There we go. Keep them from casting their spell. Get that cart through. Multitask, multitask, multitask. Keep the enemies away from the town. Do all the things. Oh, you're about to go into the wall, you cheating son of a bitch. Imagine if the cart killed him. That would have been incredible. Oh, they spawned on my head. Ah, the pain. These trees out of the way. Thankfully, the town's kind of doing the boss fight for me, for the most part. Which is how you know your town setup's good, by the way, if the town could just tear up the boss for you. I'm just kind of circling around to make sure things stay safe. There we go. Keep him from casting. There's still one that's casting. It's over on the opposite side from me, though. Stop that. There we go. I think we just barely stopped him in time. Get us a friend. He's gonna die. We'll get these crystals out of the way. Son of a bitch. He's dead. And he's a bit of a chump boss, if I'm honest. As long as you've got, like, any kind of defense going that has any kind of reach, he just gets chewed up. Because he just kind of, like, lazily floats around the town. But we do have arguably a pretty stupid powerful setup going at this point. You know what, sure, adjacent towers get even more damage. Why not? Even though we're literally leaving, I'm gonna try to gather all of this wood. We have level 50, but this isn't the right area for the level 50, unfortunately. Imagine if it counts anyway. That'd be so nice. And look at it this way, the Ark will now have plenty of food because we have a giant farm. Armed by the power of mirrors. You know, I just realized something. If the average people are that size, like the size of the people on the walls, why are we so big? Like, we are tower-sized. Did they, like, cast a special spell to make the hero huge? Just so that he could fight the giant monsters and just like a kaiju on kaiju battle here? How does that even work? Is he gonna shrink when his job is done? Or does he just live out the rest of his days this way now? What are the consequences of my actions? Like, I'm sure the large swaths of forest I've destroyed probably will have consequences too. Mirror City reached the Ark. So that's a second road cleared. Bonk. All the cities that join the Ark stay close together, terrified of being swallowed up by the next monster attack. Towers, farms, forests, the Ark lacks everything. I hereby order every building to be duplicated to limit shortages. The Ark will gain symmetry, as well as organization. I have inherited the title of Mirror King. It implies that I admire my own reflection a little too much. Was it my fault everything I build is so perfect? It's kind of neat that each of the cities' kings have their own quirks, which is how the cities develop to have their own quirks. We got the Ice Alchemist for all the ice shards we generated. We got the Messenger statue because we actually did endure the 500 damage without realizing it. Stone Crypt for reaching the Ark. So now minions have a chance to spawn in stone on death if I have that. And the Road of Sands. And a lot. Oh, no, actually, not that many compasses. I didn't actually look at the number, I just heard it dinging. I'm like, wow, that sounds like a lot. And it kind of wasn't. Sad. Anyway, it'll be okay. Let's start getting some tower attack speed. Because a good baseline boost will help us be able to run around and harvest without needing to defend the city as much. Ooh, the city fires one for each experience deposited. That seems like that would be useful even outside of an ice build, necessarily. Just because of being able to dump in coins to protect the city. Ooh, we did unlock some new options here. The Wandering Market. Deposit 500 wood in the city with the hero or minions in one game. So yeah, this locked stuff is based on completing stages then. And if we complete the Road of Sands, we'll get the drill. So we'll probably give the Road of Sands a go or two, and then we'll switch to the next game. Depending on how these runs go. If they go well enough, I may actually stick to it, but shh, don't worry about that part. My plan could change at any moment, as we all know. It's time for the Propaganda City to give this a spin. Yeah, there's the reach the Ark without buying anything prompt we saw before. Alright, normal difficulty of this, here we go. Kinda digging the music here already. Now, what's gonna be unique about this place? Because the ice was and the mines were unique for the ice area, for obvious reasons. Seems like it's just gonna be like a lot of blockades so far. And really high quantities of enemies spawning, but that's kind of expected. But we do need to burn a lot of enemies, and we don't get the doubling anymore. Let's put them on the corners here, because what I can do is put a booster in the middle there, since we'll have the extended boosting range. That would be smart. And he should be able to hold for the moment. Oh, the road blockage that I was not accounting for, though. But he's holding just fine anyway. And they managed to break through, so I don't need to worry about it. I'm gonna take a risk here. This is a bad idea, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. Surprisingly not as bad an idea as I thought it was. I really underestimate the power of that Fire Dragon Tower, especially when the city's still fairly small. I'll let them just break that on their own. I don't need to run over to save them from one thing. Go ahead and take the harvest speed increase. Okay, fine, you're having trouble with it. There you go. Since I was on my way past here anyway. Raising my axe damage. I can distract some of the big guys while I'm going for the gold and things like that. Back. This doesn't seem that bad so far, and I'm kind of concerned. I feel like I'm getting set up, you know? Like, getting lulled into a false sense of security. This is going too smoothly. There's the adjacent tower bonus that I was looking for. So I need to make sure to set up some, like, front and side bonuses as well, as we learned in that last run. That's just way better than backloading everything. Shocking concept there. Putting all your eggs in one basket's a bad idea. Who knew? Oh, I don't know what these guys that are turning invisible or teleporting, or yeah, they're teleporting back. When you swing at them, it looks like they're warping backward. Heard a bit. They don't seem to dodge the flamethrowers. I think they're just dodging me. Oh, there's lots of big boys coming too. Need to pick these up fast, or everything is going to be awful. And I, for one, would rather things not be awful. Give me these. These are mine. Not for you. That's kind of nice. This is actually an oasis. Look at that. Let's just keep stacking damage bonuses around until we actually get towers to fill that space out. Because that may very well be what we end up setting up here, is just lots of bonuses and just a handful of towers benefiting a lot from them. So just like a handful of crazy powerful towers might end up being the be-all end-all plan here. Which may not be the best plan, but that's gonna be what this setup's gonna end up with, I think. Unless we last long enough that I can actually, like, keep filling it out further. Sure, like, massively damaging mortar, why not? Trying to keep variety up, but we don't have enough different towers available to keep variety up. So we're gonna go ahead and put one of these Blizzard Bellows front and center. Nice ballista over here by the frag mortar. We don't really have a reason to have a cursed ballista. Just go ahead and take another one of these. Town's gonna look disgusting, and that's just gonna be the way it's gonna be. I can't really worry about city aesthetics at our current power level. Don't worry, looking at it makes my brain sad too, for those who are upset about it. I'm right with you, but trade-offs have to be made in the name of keeping the city intact. After all, a destroyed city is not that pretty either, you know? There's something to break here too. That. We gained a couple wood levels there, and we may as well take the money because we might be able to snag another upgrade using the money. I'm basically like issuing getting the wood unless it's like wood or stone and we're at full health or something. Since we can just get wood by harvesting so easily now that we've gained a little bit of power in that regard. Like, for the first run, I think it was somewhat worth getting the wood. Now I'm not so convinced anymore. I think this game does make me kind of want to play Spell Brigade again as well. I would want to get people for that. It's just not as exciting by yourself at this point. More things to add to the giant pile of plans that may or may not ever actually happen. These. Realized I could reach them, so it's like, you know, I'm taking these then. Mine. I don't really have anything here that I want, though. Oh, we'll just save that money for the next stop off. You could claim that it'll discourage me from going crazy and running and grabbing more stuff, but that would be a lie. Just keep adding stacking bonuses. You know, game, I can't help but notice I've not seen a single fire dragon after the first one. Could I, you know, get some more of those? Just, anytime you're ready to give me more of those, that'd be great. this bat spawner out of here. I get so lazy about hitting those that it really causes problems. Money in. There goes another bot. There's so many of those these days. Ooh, increased tower damage up to 10% of city's current health. Sure. That can go, like, anywhere, so we'll put it up here, or out of the way. Because if it's up to 10% of city health, that means we're getting 55 right now. Yeah, I know, obstacle ahead. It's a goddamn mess out here. Maybe if you sent more than one guy out here, we might actually be able to keep these roads clear. You ever thought of that? Or maybe don't send the guy who gets easily distracted out here. That's also a thought. Keep that from popping, because I'm assuming that would spawn, like, either a really nasty enemy or, like, a lot of enemies. Since it seemed like it was growing larger and getting ready to, like, pop. What is that? Oh, it's because they're all chewing on the trees and such as soon as they spawned. Or the cacti, I suppose. But you get the point. A lot of bad things were happening immediately. I know there's an obstacle, but you know what? There was also a bomb walking toward the city. Which would you rather be deal with there, bud? Give me this. I'm gonna need all of this. As soon as we get this upgrade, I'm gonna break that egg. Make so it doesn't get out of control. It would be nice if the firefly jars wouldn't throw basically both to the same spot, but you know, that might be asking for too much. We'll free up that dragon statue down there in a second as well, before we free the town. So they're stuck on a bush. I think they're okay. It's a gunner brigade off to this side to protect that a bit more, because the fire dragon is still covering the left side pretty well. It's the right hand side that's a little bit sketchy, because that's been where I've seen the bombers getting close and things like that on. It might have been better to put it right front rather than right back, but too late. There's only so much you can get out of any thought process, especially when you're sick, you know? Which, I don't think I'm, like, sick anymore. I'm just dealing with, like, lingering sore throat and bullshit at this point. The lingering, you know, 'tis the season to be sickly. Let's take the Ice Drake again. It was actually doing a very good job last time. I was kind of poo-pooing at it before, but it impressed me when I was fighting that boss at the end of the last run. And because it was helping contain a large quantity of enemies at any given time. There we go, over 100 coins. Sure. Let's just keep stacking more of these bonuses out here. I do kind of wish you could upgrade these by stacking them on top of each other, like have it go 50, 75, 100. But I feel like they thought that through, like if you could have 100% bonus in a specific tile, it would be too strong type deal. Which is understandable, but I want what I want, you know? I want my cool overpowered nonsense. I guess we'll max out our Blizzard Bellow. Not really doing much for me right here. I feel like this was a waste of my money. Save the rest of it then. Stone or wood and our health is basically full. Hey, it's almost like this is that exact scenario I was just talking about a few minutes ago. So I'm pretty sure there's enough stuff to break in here that I can get full health. Nope. I can attack this cactus, but I can't destroy it. Nope, nope, that didn't actually... There we go, now it dropped some stone. It's not quite full, but I think that's good enough. The firepower we're gonna get from all the wood we're gonna get is probably still worth more to us. Not that there's not a lot of wood in here too, but what if I had more, though? You considered the concept of more, or lately, because I have, and I'm intrigued. One of these days I need to remember to, like, take the, like, 4 alerts that are in Blurp out of it just so I can get rid of that service. Both because apparently it has gone, like, deeper down the AI rabbit hole, which really sucks, and because I have too many extraneous services running that I'm depending on, and I would like to have less of them. But I'm forgetful when something's not in front of me, so I keep forgetting to actually make those changes. Honestly, this stream has low enough amount of sound alerts that I could probably just, like, get rid of the remaining ones. And I don't think it would be that big a deal. Obviously, a couple people use a few of them a lot, so I probably would try to rescue those specifically, but other than that, I probably wouldn't worry about it. And I'm sure there's a way to trigger those without needing any of these external things like blurp and sound alerts to do all of that. Because all I'd need to do is get the file and then rig like Firebot or something to trigger the sound file whenever the redeem is done. It would still do the exact same thing, realistically. Just a matter of actually sitting down and doing it. And despite the fact that I do this full time, it's still very easy to get caught up in doing other things and not actually do everything I need to do. It is a weakness of mine, and it will always be the case, probably. Like, I don't want to claim ADHD because I have never proven that I have it. Boy, does it really feel like I got it sometimes. Oh, there's the Ice Alchemist, but there's the champion statue as well. I think I want the Ice Alchemist, though. The shooting for every crystal you get seems like it's just too useful. If that makes sense. Some more Ice Drake damage. A big upgrade that would make the Ice Drake, like, spin faster or add more shots would actually be sick. And since a bunch of these do have, like, hidden, like, legendary upgrades that give extra projectiles, I wouldn't be surprised if there's one that makes it, like, a 4-beam attack. Only way to find out is to keep using it, I suppose. I did not need that stone at all. I sacrificed health for nothing. Ah. I keep forgetting that there's a tracker on the right for how far along I am. I was like, wait, where am I at this point? How far do I need to go now? I could get another Ice Alchemist? Sure. It only benefits the one ice crossbow in some ways, but it also, I would assume, then fires 2 shots per? Yep, it sure does. So I think I might need to get a sheep farm. Or I just stand back here and farm these guys, because they are sheep. Give me this. Now I need to purposely stay away from the town a little bit here until more targets are around. Either they layered on top of each other or there's a cap to how many shots it does. Either way, that was actually much more disappointing than I had hoped it would be. More area for my firefly jars, because that's useful. More coinage, because that's useful. It's actually not even that big a deal that the town's getting stuck. That guy's just freaking out because it's his job to freak out. You know, I was about to say, wouldn't it be nice to have a job up so simple as your job is just to stand there and panic? But honestly, panicking all the time would be exhausting. Especially, you like to make it believable panic. You'd have to put a lot of energy in there. Because you can't just end up going, oh my god, everything is awful. No, nobody's gonna be motivated by that. You know, nothing's gonna happen from that. Admittedly, if you just chicken little about everything constantly, it's not like anybody's gonna really listen to that either. It's almost like that's why that story exists or something. Yeah, I haven't used the dart rifle in a while. Sure. Break the plant, get to health. Finish upgrading our mortar. You know what? Let's go ahead and get a book market. I do like books. So if I'm going to be aiming to bring extra crystals in order to be able to fire more shots from the Ice Alchemists anyway, it kind of works itself out. We've got most of our area covered in 50% damage bonuses. Not going to worry about that. Ooh, there's the sheep farms I want. Placement's not great for them, but I'm just gonna... You know what? They're gonna be at risk. They're just gonna be the front line of the town. The sheep will be the front line. Ooh. This whole right side is turbo boosted. This one mortar in particular, for example, has 350% attack bonuses and now an attack speed bonus on it. Power up or wood? We're gonna take the power up. I also forgot about this money, but it's not gonna be enough to really buy too much. We'll just take that money with me. Draw the circle, save the world. We are really getting hemmed in hard immediately here, though. This is concerning. I feel like I may have hit a power limit. Because we haven't really been buffing ourselves too much. There we go. That bomb will clean up a little bit. Set off this bomb too. That went way further away than I meant it to, but we made it work. We're fine. That got a little sketchy at first, but we... There we go. That's the upgrade I was talking about. And it's only a rare, not even legendary. 4 rays for more coverage. Oh, the death is coming. Gotta go! Thankfully, we can outpace it, so it's actually kind of fine. Oh, that's frightening to have right on your tail, though, gotta say. Hey there, Cozy Ghost, how you doing? You know what? Sure, we'll get another book market. Give me all the money. Sell all the books. This is Monsters Are Coming Road and Rocks. Or is it Rock and Road? Either one. The wording goes one of the two ways around. Essentially, it's a mix between those, like, vampire survival style games and a tower defense game, with a little bit of city builder splashed on top. Basically continuing the trend of jamming as many genres together as you possibly can. Been very interesting so far. There you go, freeze and burn the whole lot. The fact that they're surviving all of this is upsetting. Oh look, Moai heads. Time to break them for stones. I guess I don't really need to break them right now. I don't need stone. The town is in solid shape. The air thickens, webs stretch across the path. Okay, new boss. Oh, we finally get another fire dragon. I'm not gonna upgrade it with it. I'm gonna put it over there to help cover for that side more, because we don't know what this boss is gonna do. Aside from being a big spider. Which... Oh, I see. It's gonna spawn enemies. No, 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 no. Not allowed. Unacceptable. Doesn't seem super dangerous otherwise. Like, its shots go for me for the most part, so really the only danger to the town from it seems to be the eggs. Oh, but it can put eggs really far away. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's the trick. Okay. It can put the eggs far enough away that unless I'm watching the trackers on the screen, I may not notice them. And it can also stall the town with them. I see your tricks, and you're going to burn for them. I don't need to repair the town. I just need these out of my way. Specifically this one out of the town's way. There's gonna be more eggs going off behind us, but I'm just gonna not worry about them and hope for the best, I think. Yeah, because we need to keep the path clear. But I also need to not die at the same time. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Some of them are starting out, like, nearly hatched, too, which is brutal. I'll run for this health while clearing a path a little bit. I am nearly dead. Now, while losing a hero doesn't matter too awful much, as we've established earlier, I'd rather not have to jam a hero monument in here and have that be a thing. Oh, there's so many effects going off. Actually, hang on. There's something I should do with the way some of that was happening. There you go. Putting a flashing light warning on screen. I don't think it's gonna be too bad, but that amount of flickering might be bad, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cover that. That was getting real wild sometimes. Yep, that sure is a giant spider that I'm chasing in circles around the town. And as it lays eggs. Yeah, no, it's kind of awful. It's mostly ass, so I'm like, I don't think it's gonna be that big an arachnophobia issue, which is not great to look at. And now it's dead. All this wood, not that we need it because we've finished the run now, but you know, victory lap and everything. I can't believe we actually got this road first try when we struggled on the road before it. Though this setup's obviously a lot more efficient than the jank mess I was doing with the Mirror City a lot of the time. And the Propaganda City's just also pretty good, considering it can buff your towers so much with the boosted range. And we'll just ride it like a parade float to victory. X, thank you for the raid. What were you up to today? Hopefully y'all had a good time. You're just in time for another winning run. Unhero monsters are coming. Rock and road. Road and rock. Whichever of the two is true. One of the things. Frogs. But are the frogs demons? That's the question. Propaganda has reached the Ark. And there we go. That's a third city that's made it to the Ark. People's revolution has failed. They were hoping for solidarity? Half of the Ark's neighborhoods are diverting resources for their own safety. As the new worker king, I hereby condemn 3 of them to exile. So the cities that comprise them will set off tomorrow on the endless road. From now on, only one voice will be heard, mine, repeating to everyone that all is well. Beware of anyone who contradicts the truth. The truth of an arc will with an unlimited future. That does not sound like an unlimited future at all. That sounds like a doomed future. Yeah, what were you playing, Hex? Hopefully you had a good time with whatever it was. We unlocked the drill. Ooh, that mines stone. Nice. Almost 30 compasses. We got the gold church. So every kill has a 5% chance to yield a coin. And the Road of Ashes. An abandoned citadel caked in volcanic ash serves as a refuge for monsters. Ooh. Stardew Valley is always a good time. Sounds good. Take care of yourself. By all means, if any of you need to immediately raid and run, by all means do so. Making sure to take care of yourselves should always be the first priority. Anyone that chooses to stay, obviously, is appreciated. Ah, we have the Sacrifice Plaza now. Enhance the minions' damage to 100%. And we can get the Fire Crypt by getting through the Road of Ashes. I don't think we unlocked a new city, though, which is one downside. Do I want to upgrade? Like, the individual damage of attacks doesn't seem to be a big concern. It's just the fact that we're getting a lot of attacks that hit is the issue. I think we'll just take some more city health. And, oh yeah, the drill I didn't look at. That's less than impressive. It just pops out slightly in front of you. But maybe it'll do something cool with one of the upgrades. And something that drills the stone faster is not bad. Yeah, we still never actually took out 1,000 trees or rocks in one game. We haven't gotten worker minions yet. Oh, I should have done that. I thought I had enough of them built around. I, for some reason, thought it was 6, not 8 for the atrium. We were close. Summon 4 different minion types. We don't have 4 different minion types yet. And reach the arc with less than 15 buildings. But we definitely can't do that with the Mirror City. We might be able to do that on, like, normal with either the Belfry or Propaganda. I guess let's go back to the Belfry. And go on to the Road of Ashes, the last road that's left. See if we can clear all of these in one go today. Obviously, I'm not going to count that on the clear list if we do all of the stages. Just because I don't think there's actually going to be, like, end credits or anything that are going to happen. This game really does have fun music, though. My only complaint is that it does kind of lack for power variety. And obviously part of that is there's a lot of stuff to unlock, but I feel like it's spaced out just a little bit too far in some regards. Like, it's not terrible in that regard, it just could be fleshed out more. But it also only came out yesterday. I was gonna say came out tomorrow. It's like, how is that sentence gonna work, Brain? And don't worry, if this game's not your cup of tea for anybody that's coming in, there will be another game being played here in a little bit. I'm planning on doing a double feature today. And tomorrow will be more than that. There will be probably 3 games played tomorrow. I've got a bunch of Lurkit stuff I want to clear up. Then take that gold alchemist. I do like my gold. Yeah, there'll be a solid variety of stuff happening tomorrow. And I want to get all the stuff I have codes for cleared up. Just because I don't like keeping people waiting on those too much, you know? They ask for coverage, they should get their coverage quickly. Obviously not quicker than the embargo. That's a whole other situation. Oh, I thought that was the exit. I was not paying enough attention. There's the exit down there. Good thing I was still grabbing things, because sometimes when we get close to the exit, I start getting lazy. Not like these little armored guys. They are, as you'd expect, really durable. We're still in the first segment here, so obviously we don't have a lot of power to get rid of them with. Oh, I'm gonna be trapped in an awkward place. Ow, 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 ow. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. That was risky and greedy, but it worked out. You know what? Take the sheep farm, put it here. I'm actually gonna try to get both a sheep farm and a regular farm going. I'm just only gonna have like 1 or 2 pieces of each. I'm gonna try out like just having like one of every type of resource generation, more or less, and see if having a bunch of those benefits you in any real way. I feel like the amount that they scale is not actually as exciting as I thought it was. So I want to see if it'll end up balancing out and just giving me plenty of all the resources that way, or if it's going to just be mid for all of them. I'm leaning towards it ending up being mid for all of them, but it may be one of those situations where variety actually works out. Well, there's the farm I wanted. Go ahead and just buy the farm. Thankfully in a more positive way than that phrase is usually used. And there's the forest as well. Go and just plunk that right there. As part of the idea is you can also start leveraging things like the book markets and such. Now, though, we want that labor district for the power boost. That those towers remain useful for longer. So we don't seem to be having great luck of getting more combat towers quite yet. We don't need the stone since we're at full health. Go ahead and take the upgrades. Just gotta fill the circle and not die. And ideally, fill it before that time up there runs out. Worth noting that I'll probably stay on the second game for less time, for the most part, than I'm staying on this one, because the second game is going to have a bit less going on. It's a popular one, from all I've seen, but there's not as much going on, so it will not interest me personally quite as much. I did enjoy the bit of time I spent with it last night, though. I obviously test all these things to make sure that it's something I'll actually be able to play and enjoy enough to show all of y'all. Because doing things full blind is just a little bit more risk than I would like. Because I can be very picky at times. And I can't even say that there's necessarily a consistency to me being picky, because y'all have seen me play some jank nonsense and some garbage. And then there's something that's like otherwise perfectly fine, and I'm like, nah, I don't like it. There's the fire church. I mean, we do have at least one explosive, so I guess I'll take it. We're just gonna have like an array of random nonsense in this city. That's just what this city's gonna be. Wait, I missed one. Leave no gold behind. Oh, this could get really bad. Just push them back. Stand on the back of the city and just push them away. Take my problems and push them somewhere else. Okay. Nope. Nope. No bats allowed. No. I like bats, but not those bats. This explosive guy needs to be taken care of before he gets too far. We don't have the planned book market yet. ×3 sheep farm is very tempting. I feel like they're encouraging you to have the quantities of them because of the fact that they offer you the ×3s on a lot of the producers. Which, to me, implies that the game at the very least thinks that they're more valuable having quantity of them. And judging from the fact that we were, like, rolling in cash when I had the pile of farms going, I do think that bears out somewhat. But we're going chaos mode here. I just wanted to roll that thought out so nobody's like, does he just not know how the game works? Is he just bad at it? As you know, this being the internet, people will assume a lot of things, paying no attention to any context whatsoever, so. It is unfortunately required to have context statements like that sometimes. Ignoring the fact that if people really want to be a pain, they'll ignore that layer of context anyway, too. Oh, come on, that one counted. I'll be there to fix that in a second. Yeah, you can really compare a game like this to something like Played Up, because there's just a lot of managing small tasks scattered around that all come together to keep the process functioning. And if you miss any of them, the whole thing falls apart. Because you gotta be harvesting your resources, you gotta be repairing the city, you gotta be protecting the city, you gotta be doing this, doing that, doing the other thing. Clearing the road. All because you are one guy having to do all of the work for some reason. The trips I'm doing out and getting back again that I'm getting away with are magical in this run right now. I can't believe I scooted through that whole crowd like that just fine. Sure, Scorpio, Javelin. Trying to grab more experience gems from these tough guys. So they're kind of designed for you not to really be able to get anything out of. Probably so you don't just farm a wild amount out of there. We haven't used the drill yet, so I'll take the drill, even though I think the drill might be kind of just bleh. Gotta let everything see a chance to be out in the field, you know? Everything's gotta be field tested. You don't know it's disappointing till you use it and are disappointed. I have concerns about those lava geysers I just saw. They definitely were putting, like, AoEs on the ground, so I'm pretty sure those are gonna be bad for me. But they might be bad for the monsters, too. There's the gold church. We'll take that, too. Upgrade our fragmentation mortar that's out front. Upgrade our gunnery brigade to the highest it can go. Put a fire dragon out front. Second gold church. You know what? That's one of the few things I'll have more than one of. Now, I don't know if that's going to directly stack or if they, like, independently have a 5% chance each. I could see either being true, and I don't really know which one will actually end up being the case. Max out the ice ballista. This is why having money is important in this world, because you can sit there and just get so many upgrades like that. Okay. I don't think I need the health. I think the money will be more important to us. And these are the parts where the drill's gonna fail me a bit. Because I have to be, like, this close to drill something. Though it seems like it's alright. It does decent damage. And it does keep the enemy back from you a little bit. So it could definitely do with some more knockback. There we go. Scoop up the XP quickly. Grab the gold. It's XP on the way. Don't want to get lost in the darkness. Ta-da! Ooh, there's the move speed buff. Sure. We're literally just gonna have every buff. That speed is actually pretty significant too. Not worth re-rolling here. And we don't have a reason to have, like, a burn boost or a explosion boost right now. We only have one of each building. Yeah, the biggest downside of the drill is, much like the lumber axe, I have to be facing my opponent. Now and then I'll be facing, like, slightly off to one side and it won't work. Just makes things a little awkward. Speaking of a little awkward, the lava is definitely as much of a concern as I thought. Okay, that's redeeming the drill a bit. The drill works on gold too. It only said stone, so I was worried it wasn't gonna count on gold for some dumb reason. Even though for all expected reasons, anything that works on stone should work on gold. There's no guarantees in this world, so I did not trust until proven otherwise. Which I think is fair. Extra projectile. Oh, those explode. Those explode. I thought they were gonna give me money. Instead, they were gonna cost me money. That egg needs to... Oh, Jesus. I'm so glad I have reach. I was not gonna be able to go into that pile to get that egg. That was gonna be so bad. Not that the situation coming out of it right now is great anyway, with the amount of them that there are, but it's more manageable than if that egg had popped and spawned even more. I need to clear the path, otherwise we are going to die. There's so much bad right behind the town. That's why I was standing back there, I was just kind of nudging them back. Because remember, our lumber axe has just like the tiniest bit of knockback, which is enough in cases like this. Keep the worst of them at bay. clear that just in case. This is what I mean, though, about the kind of scramble you have to do sometimes. You have to be running place to place to do this, do that, do the other thing, protect the city, do the thing. I want that upgrade. Yeah, 30% more damage for my lumber axe seems like a good call. Plus this up for more stone. Stone heals the city. Stone is good. We're definitely gonna need to heal more than that, but this at least covered the worst of the wounds. It's very much band-aid tier fixing. But we'll take what we can get right now, I think. Got lots of money. That's one positive. Just, mild concerns beyond that. And the saws aren't bad for damage as well. Sure. We are definitely Harvest Master now, though, with the stone cutter and a saw. We probably don't need the building that increases harvest speed. We don't have a quarry yet, so I guess I'll get one of those. There is an extra benefit to the quarry anyway, because it's basically an auto healer. Like, it's not gonna heal fast, but it basically is regeneration for the city. Anyone who knows anything about this game would probably take one look at this city and just scratch their head, like, what am I looking at? Why is this city such a mess? The answer is because I've just chosen in violence against my own mentality here, apparently. We were having a big issue back here, so I'm gonna put the freezer back there and just freeze the crowd that keeps forming back there. Fire Dragon. Upgrade that. Upgrade that. Or misclick and put a second one down. That's also a valid choice, I guess. So I was clicking the buttons too fast. Because you don't actually place these things with the mouse. Actually, I wonder if I click... Yeah, see, if I click, the mouse doesn't do anything. You have to actually, like, arrow key them around or WASD them around, depending on which one you want to use. So I just click it along with the keyboard, press space when I am in place, but I went one move too quick with the space bar. Let's go ahead and take the attack speed. Personal upgrades don't think are going to make that huge a difference in this situation at the moment. We're struggling to get enough wood to keep the attack speed increases going. I mean, one of those rare instances where I reverse that thought that I was talking about before. So I'm not sure there's going to be a point where the hero damage is going to be efficient here. Oh boy. Never mind. We just couldn't get out of that mess to begin with. So we just don't get the wood either. That's the first time I've died doing one of those, but there was no way out of there. They had me penned in completely, and I didn't have the power to kill them quickly. I might have killed them if I waited longer, but I didn't trust it. I just panicked. But hey, that adds another unique building to the pile. The Shrine to the Dead Hero. Oh, speaking of unique buildings, the Statue Plaza is a real good one. That'll actually give a good damage boost once I fix the town. The rest of the way. Speaking of, go get the stone, you fool. You feel the ground shake. Something big's coming. Great! Great! We're at the boss wave already. Oh, yeah, you know what? You ain't kidding. That's a big boy. What's up, dude? How you doing? Oh, and he's got, like, draining moves he does to the stone around him. Okay. Well, it's a good thing that I'm planning on eating all this stone anyway, huh? Just pour all this into the town now. Oh, he just siphons off everything. He doesn't even just siphon stone. Good thing I am Harvest Master, then. I actually accidentally picked the perfect counter to him, I think. Because I can just harvest anything he starts to siphon off of very quickly. And it's providing a much-needed buff to the town. Though it's not going to be too big a buff, considering it's only going to be a buff that gets us through this fight. But getting through this fight's kind of important. Considering, you know, it's the boss of the road here. You're siphoning one little shrub. What the hell, man? Reroll this. Another ice ballista out there. Let's set all these bombs off. Or not. I got a problem to deal with first. Because, yeah, he does a big burst whenever he gets away with that. Kind of what I figured. There we go. Big explosion. No, you can't have that. That's not for you. That is not your tasty treat. Like, I think genuinely the fact that I'm constantly healing the town is one of the main things keeping us in this one. Look at that chain explosion go. We're gonna get stuck on this gate. I need to just eliminate it. No, 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 no. You can't have that. That'll ruin your diet. No. Spoil your dinner. I'm actually harvesting so fast that we're actually gaining health instead of equalizing for the most part. And he's slowly dying to all the stuff I've got set up. What the? I died in there somehow. Oh, there's a big guy hiding under the bridge. You cheeky son of a bitch. I didn't even realize he was there until too late. Because, you know, I had to run to stop this guy from getting his buff. Alright, we did it. We actually first tried this road too. Hell yeah. Oh, everything is exploding. Couldn't think of a better way for that to end with all of those explosions. And we almost fully healed the city. Town clusterfuck wins the day. We got the ice crystal, which just looks like a blue magnet horseshoe. Of ice. Causes an explosion that collects experience. Generates an ice shard for every 3 experience earned. Ooh, I actually do like that. And minion deaths create 1 explosion. That's kind of what I figured that would do. It would either, like, leave fire on the ground or explode them. One of the two. Not bad, though. Not bad. Oh, we were so close to getting ice grenades as well. But that'll be where we leave this game. And obviously, we didn't get any new information because we didn't get a new town. Let's go ahead and get some more tower damage and some more tower range. Yeah, that was Monsters Are Coming Rockin' Road. I think that's pretty good for an $8 game. That's pretty fun. I'll need to make a quick title adjustment, but that won't take long.